What's good, Dokkan Ninja Turtles? We are here to basically experience Dokkan at its peak in about 3 days. Actually, 2 days. 2 days is all we get before we get Beast Gohan back again. And basically it was confirmed and a video went up on YouTube, which again, I don't have the footage of. I'm not gonna even put the footage up, even if I did have it, because I don't want to get copyright taken down or copyright struck, obviously, or region lock or whatever that they would actually do with this one, because they would definitely do that since they did it to the original video. But it went out, and yeah, Beast Gohan with, get this, Gogeta quality animations, Super Saiyan 4. I said this before and I'll say it again. I'm an animation person. I like animations. I like my cars to look very flashy and also have the big numbers do all the damage and stuff. Now, I'm not gonna say that I'm going to hype this up to the max, but what I will say is that the last year's Transcendent campaign was a little, it wasn't the greatest, and they probably had a whole lot of feedback from it with, all the surveys and stuff like that. And now we're in with a new one, and before anybody is still gonna go like, ah man, Beast Gohan, we might get another Beast Gohan, we are not legends. Like, we do not get a lot of the units duped up like that. There's only been rare times that that's actually happened, where they basically gave us the same unit over. Like, rare times that that's actually happened. The last time we got Beast Gohan was literally the 9th year anniversary. Like, we've already had the 11th year anniversary and we're midway in to the 12th year anniversary, so it's almost a 3-year gap. Okay, almost a 3-year gap, but for global side it was 2, because we weren't synced up at that point. But my goodness gracious, like, Beast Gohan is probably about to be insane. I mean, if you remember the time when Beast Gohan first came out and how much global just waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and saved so many Dragon Souls. I mean, the 9th year anniversary brought back re-rolling for a good little bit of time, because everyone was going in. They didn't have great accounts. They were just re-rolling to get Beast Gohan. Like, that's how crazy it was. I'm expecting them to run it back, but even as I previously said, where the last year's Transcendent campaign wasn't up to par, in my opinion, it just felt like basically a Tanabanta, like just a weak Tanabanta. I wouldn't be surprised if they go a little different in this route, because they have been, especially with the Saiyan Saga, where they gave us an LR for that. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a dual fest and it's still actually, we only got one leak of that, and it still is a Gohan and Piccolo. Like, they run it back with a dual fest of Gohan and Piccolo, with the part 2 being, the Gammas that switch to Cell Max. I wouldn't be surprised on that one. That's going to be one of my calls if that actually happens. That would be insane to see that live, because I mean, that was a very good celebration when it happened in December. Was amazing, and that would give, and I'm gonna say this too, because I think I would prefer it be a Ultimate Gohan that actually transforms to Beast Gohan. That way you can still link with the STR Beast Gohan, and also you can still link with the Beastless Gohan, like that, and that would set you up for 2 rotations of having absolute and utter annihilation going on. And you can say right now, like, oh well, STR Beast Gohan wouldn't be doing all that much currently right now. I mean, if the new Beast Gohan has any kind of support like built in and stuff like that, like crazy, that could help him out until he gets his EZA during the 12th year anniversary, which, like I said, before you know it, with all the hype literally during this summer, we'll be close to the anniversary before you know it. Like, there's games is going to be coming out, you're going to be getting your attention all in that and stuff like that. Before you know it, we'll be talking about the 12th year anniversary. Like, that, it just goes by that quick. That's going to be utterly crazy of rotations, and that's not even counting the spicy and future units that, if we do get a dual fest, which I'm not going to say we are, but if we did, it would be interesting to happen. But even with the Beast Gohan, Beast Gohan is the main, and then you have, like, let's just say, for the sake of it, because we already do have an Orange Piccolo that is a TUR, that's a switch card with Gamma 2. We literally already have it. So if they just say, oh yeah, here's a Omega level busted spicy and featured Orange Piccolo, But I'm just throwing that in currently right now because that was just something that it was, like I said, it was basically confirmed for this leak that we're going to be getting that. So if for someone that was like, I don't like Beast Gohan or something like that, I'm still wait, because Gogeta level animations, my dog, we all know how that goes, and it's going to be pure cinema, especially if it has like it's basically saying we're going to have original animations like I was hoping for. That's going to be something that we're not ready for it, but we're ready for it. If you know what I'm saying. We're not ready, but we're ready. Now, I'm going to come over here and pop up this over here for the Ultimate Clash, because we did have the upcoming information for some stages and stuff like that. So obviously stage 9 for the seriously serious All Out Battle 2. You know, it is what it is on that one. But the 100th virtual Dokkan Ultimate Clash, since this is a special, usually the specials that they have, they're usually pretty weak and they're easier to beat because more people are coming into Dokkan and they're just wanting to get those Dragon Stones and yada yada yada. Well, down here it says engage in battles against powerful opponents. So every now and then we do get one of these that they actually are more difficult. Like this might be one of those where we get to see truly how absolutely busted some new units are, which is a good way to say it and be like, hey, this is really hard without the new units, but the new units cakewalk. That's how great they are. And also the fruit from the tree of might, there's going to turn right and be leftovers after today. So if you haven't beat any of the hard content right now, I would definitely recommend you do so. Even if it's festival battle, I would recommend you do that, only because that 200% attack and defense with your stackers, once you can get to the last 2 stages of Gogeta and Vegito, you could pretty much annihilate them still with Broly, Goma, like even the Super Saiyan 4s and the gods and stuff like that. You can annihilate them, because that's going to give you so much more attack and defense through there that you're just gonna be pushing numbers out the wazoo, and you'll be able to beat that. And like I said, and I haven't tried it with those stackers just yet, but I'm telling you right now, like if for somebody that's beat Festival Battle and anybody else that's beat Festival Battle, they tell you right now that attack and defense 200% on them in the end game would make it easy. Like you're not getting popped at that point in time. I promise you, you're not getting popped, especially when these cards have damage reduction and all that stuff. Like you're not getting popped whatsoever at all. You did something definitely was wrong. You didn't build somebody up enough or whatever. But just throwing that out there as well too up here, because like I said, this is going to be one of the things that's going to be moving. I won't be shocked, but I will be somewhat surprised with excitement for sure if we get something else along the lines from basically the superheroes movie. If we get an item that does basically this as well too, that you can run. I'm almost banking on it at this point in time. Like even if this was like a one-time thing, like I still would think that they would do something along the lines of this again, but maybe not the same effect, maybe not 200% attack and defense, but maybe like, oh, you get, let's just say like you can perform an additional attack for like 2 turns or something like that, or everyone gets damage reduction of like 25% or something, like for like 2 turns, or I mean busted 3 turns, and seeing as that attack and defense 200% showed you how much more busted the game can get with all the support, especially on the new cards and stuff. Like if they do something along the lines of that, then I mean I'd be here for it. I'd see it. I'm not expecting it to happen for this celebration, but you have to remember that will happen, and they also will have a bunch of the skill orbs and stuff like that in there. I wouldn't be surprised if they give us an update on skill orbs, to be fair. I genuinely wouldn't be surprised whatsoever at all. So that's pretty much it for that aspect, and basically what we had currently right now in Dokkan. Other than that, we're basically again just waiting for Friday. We're kind of coasting through, waiting for Friday and seeing what's happening. And now that we know Beast Gohan is here, you can let all your comments in the comment section below down there telling me how excited or maybe not excited until you see the card you are. And like I said, Friday, bro, we're gonna be live for this one. And I'm telling you right now, you need to get your snacks, you buy your food, whatever it is you need to get set up before then, because I'm having some good vibes like coming from this. And I think I think they're going to, I think Geppy. And that's the main thing that I want to say. I think this is Geppy and his first major celebration actually taking over. So I think that he's going to want, like, for the Transcendent and also the Global Dokkan campaign, I think he's going to want to like set a tone for what he wants out of the big celebrations, because he's heard, like, you got to remember, he was an intern for a while. Like, he's heard a lot of the criticisms that we've actually had for Dokkan. So I'm expecting him to pretty much go really hard for these next two big celebrations. So if you're someone that's looking right now like, maybe I should get back into Dokkan right now, yeah, get back into Dokkan, grind out all those Dragon Stones that you've been missing out on. Or if you're starting a new account and stuff like that, grind that out, get that all in, make sure you get a decent amount of Dragon Stones ready, because I think this is going to be something that we're all going to have a lot of fun with. But let me know in the comment section below what you guys think, how you feel. Other than that, have an awesome day/night, stay safe, and I'm out.